What can you learn about leadership and teamwork from the Kansas City Royals, who just won the World Series in baseball? I'll talk about those things in this video. Hello, I'm Stephen Goldberg, bringing you practical tips and ideas on leadership, team development, and personal performance in the workplace. I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I love watching the World Series every year. I find it very exciting, and this year I realized there's some lessons to learn in leadership and teamwork. The year before, the Kansas City Royals made it to Game 7, but couldn't complete the task. And so this year, they made it a point to go all the way, and they did it. So what are the lessons we can learn from the Kansas City Royals about leadership and teamwork that we can apply in our own organizations? The first thing is, every great organization, team, has a very clear vision and mission that everybody can rally around. And I think that's something that the Kansas City Royals, especially after making it to Game 7 last year, they had very clear in their mind. They knew that they could win this year because they had the right stuff. They had come oh so close. Part of achieving a vision and a mission is to have clear goals and objectives. And that starts at the top and then travels down to every member of the organization. Everybody needs to know what they can contribute, what goal they need to set to improve themselves, to be the best they can be, to contribute to that vision and mission. The next thing is belief and confidence. It's really key to believe that you can achieve your mission. And believing in itself just won't make it happen. You have to have the confidence in yourself, in your skills, and in your team members that collectively you can make it, you can do it. So this takes something that you need to develop. And as a leader, how can you build the confidence, the self-esteem of each team member? Next is team spirit. This is something that, rather than happening on its own, it's something you need to be aware of and that needs to be created within the team. And this comes from getting people to accept each other, to understand each other, and to want to help each other for the good of the mission and the goals of the organization. The next thing is to be a leader. At times, everyone can be a leader and must be a leader. If you see those unique moments where you can contribute your talents and make something happen that only you can do because you have those unique qualities, you have those unique talents, whether you're the leader or the team member, you need to be able to step up and hit that home run or make that play, throw out that out. Whatever it is, maybe it's in a team just speaking your mind, saying something, confronting somebody, bringing a new idea, not holding back. It's the same thing. So we need to recognize our talents and step up that leadership in that situation where it calls for. Another thing I noticed was that the Kansas City Royals were very creative and they took risks. They tried new things. They weren't just satisfied with playing it safe, whereas the other team stuck maybe to a formula. I think the management, the leadership, let the players do what they needed to do, make the decisions at the right time. And that translated into more bases stole, greater playmaking, maybe better pitching. And so taking risk is all part of the game of winning. And we need to take those risks in our organizations. We need to try different things. Otherwise, we're not as competitive. We're not moving forward. The other thing I noticed too is even though the Royals were taking risks and they were being creative at times, they were also very consistent and very determined. They were consistent in doing the little things that the other teams weren't doing as well. They were consistently hitting and getting on base. They were consistently pitching great. And when they weren't, somebody else would take over who would. So it's all that consistency and determination which was a big contributor to their success. The last thing, which is really key, is to celebrate your success. We see that in sports very easily where when somebody does something, either hits a home run or makes a great play, everybody cheers. You have all the fans behind you and the players. And that's really important. We don't do that as much as an organization. Maybe it's not as evident when we're making those wins. But if we look at what signifies a win in our team, in our company, and we celebrate those moments so that people feel that they're making a contribution to the success of the organization. This is a big contributor and a great motivator for people to give it their all. So what can you learn from these 8 tips or these 8 lessons that I recognize from the Kansas City Royals in winning the World Series? What can you learn? How can you apply each of these? What I suggest is to take this list, sit down with your team, have a discussion. What can you apply? What would have the most impact from out of this 8 items? 1 or 2 that you could start working on right now. Then go to the next one and the next one. Hope you find these tips useful. Please leave a comment. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk again soon. I hope you find these tips useful. Here's some videos that are related that you can watch right now. Subscribe to our channel to get news of new videos as they come out. Thanks for listening, and talk again soon.